Hello, and welcome to Spot Hidden, the show where we play Call of Cthulhu. We are back with the next episode, the next exciting episode of our fifth campaign. I am joined by these wonderful people here. We are going to get into some spooky things tonight. But first, let's see who we have at the table. Let's start over here. Hudson, how are you?
Oh, perfect. It's me this time. Last time you did that, you pointed at me but said Matt. But it's okay. Hey guys,
Hello,
welcome
I'm
back.
Hudson Hubbard. It's good to be here.
Take it away, Hudson. Hey guys, I'm Hudson Hubbard. Of course, it's good to be here back at Spot Hidden. You can also find me on Carbonized Productions. And of course, I'll be playing Dr. Rick Kurtz, doctor and professor of archaeology from Cambridge. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and he is back from quite the adventure from last week's session. He did meet some sort of creature out in the woods. I'm sure we'll get a description of that from our keeper soon, but that is all I will say.
Interesting. Welcome. Below you, Mike, hi.
Hi, my name is Michael Scott, the guy from The Office. I am playing James Coughlin, a silly little reporter who's documenting all of the scary and silly things that we do and see around us. Thank you for tuning in.
And next up, we have Trevor. Hello, Trevor.
Hey, I'm Trevor. It's always glad to be here. I love playing with Spot Hidden. Tonight I'll be playing Chester Goodman. And we'll check out all of his side quests he has going on, because that's the most important thing. It's the side quests.
And you keep getting them for some reason.
Yeah.
Next up, Bryce. Hello.
Hey everybody, my name is Price. You can find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/PriceVA. I'm also a voice actor, and I'm playing Lou McGann. He doesn't know really what's going on, but he's trying his best. So, he got some chores to do in the morning, I think. So,
Yes, you do. Last but certainly not least, we have Matt. Hi, welcome to the table.
Okay, all right. Hello, my name is Matthew Stephenson. I was muted there. What I was getting into, and you couldn't hear, but you can hear now, is that I've earned myself one interruption from my friend Hudson Hubbard, as I have done that previously. So get it, time it, good. But I am playing Colt Reinhardt, as some of you may know, who is a parapsychologist and is intrigued by the familial relationships going on in this family. Who knows who, and who he knows to know who, because he got a little bit confused last time. It got him into a little bit of trouble, and that may have put the gang into a little bit of trouble for this morning. As mentioned, there's some chores lined up, right, Keeper?
There are some chores lined up. All right, cool. So now that we are all introduced, hi, I'm London, by the way. We are going to get into the next episode of Spot Hidden. Now, last time on Spot Hidden, our investigators traveled all the way from Arkham, Massachusetts to the sleepy town of Coldwater Falls, where they have a werewolf in captivity. They have been assigned to go and investigate the origin of this werewolf. What caused this? What will he do next? And sort of most importantly, what happened to this little girl whose lone leg was found in the maw of this werewolf? There's a search party out to try to find the body. Dr. Rick Kurtz went solo in hopes of finding the search party after they did not return after quite a bit of time. Out in those woods along the Miskatonic River, he found this canine slash human slash hybrid creature that was with a group, with a party, searching for a young one. Now, this is creepy, mind-racking stuff, but not for Dr. Rick Kurtz, who has seen a thing or two in his day. After that, he went back to meet up with the rest of his party. They were at the Lockhart boarding house. Esmeralda Lockhart runs this place along with her niece Clementine, They also are in relation to this so-called werewolf. After lots of probing and conversations that also included John Smith, the creepy encyclopedia salesman, there was a little bit of interference by Esmeralda Lockhart, who has now assigned everyone, including Dr. Rick Kurtz, who wasn't even there, to some chores in the morning. Now, I'm going to have everyone roll a D6 and tell me what you get.
D6.
Huh? Just give me a straight D6 roll, everybody. We're going to see what chores we are doing this morning. Okay.
12.
Also
Okay.
5.
Crit 1.
A 6.
Let's see. 3.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Now, as the morning rises over Coldwater Falls, there is a change in the air, a change of revelation, I will say. I'm not talking about the biblical book. I'm talking about new conclusions, new findings, new things that have come towards the forefront, things that this group would soon find out about. But for now, there are chores to be done. Let's see what everyone else is doing. There is a small chicken coop where we find Dr. Rick Kurtz has been put to work collecting eggs. What are your thoughts about being forced to do chores for this lady here where you're supposed to be working and investigating? And there are chickens, just sort of balking and squawking about the place as you have this basket full of farm fresh eggs. What are your thoughts around this, and what do you do?
Well, the morning that I woke, after getting a good night's rest, the madam came to me and asked me to do these chores, which I told her in the most sincere way, no. But I'd be more than happy to go and pick eggs for her this beautiful morning for breakfast.
Yes, indeed. She is a wonderful cook. And these eggs are fresh. So you're probably going to be getting a very good breakfast once you're back inside, whenever that is. Next up, we have another station here. Slopping the pigs, we have James Coughlin and Chester Goodman. Now, Chester, this is not a place for a fine gentleman such as yourself. As a reporter, maybe you've had a tough job or two where you had to get your hands dirty, James, but certainly not Chester. What's it like for you two slopping these pigs this morning?
For Chester, he already despises dirt and dust and crud. So, if you can imagine, this older gentleman has this bucket of slop by just his fingers, everything that he can hold with, what little appendages he can, just barely touching this. And he's not throwing it at the pig, he's gently pouring it into the trough.
To his partner's hesitancy with the gig, James has always been a kind of roll up your sleeves and get her done type of man, as evidenced by him coming out here to report by himself without sending one of his reporters. So taking over the bulk of the work, but very deeply lost in thought. He's seen a lot over this last 24 hours and really trying to just comprehend and put all the pieces together while he's getting down and dirty.
Every time James sort of throws a bucket of slop or whatever, if any of those little drips comes close to Chester, he'll give James like an eyeball, like that,
Which will only encourage James to be less precise.
This is not a good bonding moment for the two. Let's just say that.
James is having a blast.
I'm getting different stories here from each of you. Interesting. And last but not least, we have a third station here. Shoveling the manure, we find Lou McGann and Colt Reinhardt. Shitty job, am I right? What's it like for you two?
I mean, all right, Matthew speaking as Matthew, it's not that bad. But anyway, for Colt, I don't know. I mean, it's Colt's so run of the mill. Um, I mean, he's got one of those dress shirt sleeves rolled back, just like James there, and is probably trying to avoid getting his shoes messy. Of course, he's pulling out that hanky and wiping his brow every now and then, and he looks over at Lou with Lou, is this something? You seem quite dexterous when it comes to this sort of thing.
Hey man, better to be a shit scooper than a shit eater, you know what I mean?
That's
Uh,
Is this something that I mean, you strike me as rather comfortable. Is this something that
oh yeah, man. My dad had a farm. I mean,
really?
I've done manure before. It's not too bad. I mean, the thing is you eventually get used to the smell and then it's just kind of it's just scooping stuff, you know. So it's not too bad. You know, it's a good workout too, really get my arms moving and doing everything. Lou, by the way, is wearing like pants with suspenders and like just like a really like a undershirt. So he's kind of got the got that kind of look going
He's
on.
got the interesting. Is that how you'd say you and your father bonded?
Out no. I mean, it's kind of when it's work time, and then talking
Sure,
time,
sure.
talking time,
What inspired you to play baseball, Lou?
Well, that's a really interesting question. So, one day my dad, he came in, he said, "Hey, I got these tickets to this baseball game. We're not working this Saturday. We're gonna go to this baseball game." I said, "Okay." So me and my family went to this baseball game. We had a damn good time, just a bunch of boys just throwing the ball around, at a local college, but yeah, we had a real good time and I enjoyed myself. And I said, I kind of, I'm bigger than those guys. I'm, I'm equipped for that. And so I started, my high school didn't have a team, but we had a old ball player as one of our, the PE coach. And I asked him to tell me about baseball. And he told me about baseball and I started learning how to play. And that's just kind of how it went, man. It fit like a glove, pun intended. And yeah, man, it just kind of, you go to see one baseball game, you end up playing baseball.
So it was that separation of work that really defined your career. You found it worked for you.
It was nice to not have to work on a Saturday. That's no fun.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna make sure we're done with this work as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's well, while we're asking, what made you become a parapsychologist? I think is the correct term.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Why'd you come that dude? How'd you come to do that?
Well, what's more interesting than people, Lou?
That probably requires some schooling, I bet.
Yes. I know some can get a fancy piece of paper that says they're qualified, but some do it for the people, not for the prestige. And you're looking at one of those people.
Well, that's really cool, man. I got my high school diploma. That wasn't too bad. I didn't go to no college or anything. I was playing ball, but I mean, I think being I feel like I need to shorten parapsychologist to something a little easier to say. So I'm gonna say a parologist.
Well, it's close.
I mean, I can say the full word. It's just long. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. You could just say, just call me a friend for now.
Well, it works. Yeah, man. That sounds good. By the way, you got some shit on your chin.
On my chin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it. Yeah.
Well, let's get this done. This lady won't keep us long.
May I have a spot hidden from you too?
Spot hidden? Okay.
Yes.
Is it for more shit on my chin?
Perhaps.
25, 60, perhaps. 25 versus 67 hard success.
My sheets be loading.
Hard success.
And regular success.
Okay,
20 versus
nice.
25.
Hey, check that out.
Okay, cool. Colt sees this. Back towards the house, there is this. There's a third-story window, and in the window, both of you would be able to see some sort of shape
I'll point it
standing
out.
there in the window. Yeah, but Lou wouldn't be able to sort of distinguish what that shape is. Colt, with the hard success, would see that this shape is a young woman. It's Clementine,
Yeah.
peering down at you both. She makes eye contact with you, Colt, and she mouths the words, "I'm so sorry." And then you see her sort of raise her arm, and she points at her wrist. And as she does that, she then points northwest towards the buildings that way.
Pulling out that pocket watch. What time do I have?
Right now it's early morning. It's like 8 a.m.
Can I pull it out and kind of show it in her direction, like pointing at this?
Yeah, she just nods her head.
Okay. Is there any chance I can maybe give a roll keeper to speed this up? But before I do that, when the direction she points, is there anything in particular, or is it just the buildings that we're pointing at?
Let's do an idea roll. So we'll do like intelligence.
Okay, that's 50-50. Oh!
Oh,
Sorry. It's a crit!
Critical success!
1 versus 50. All right. Well, we haven't had a legit one in a minute.
Wow!
Especially from you, Matt.
Exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you've been
Yo.
failing.
I had a bad run last. Yeah. But we're back in. I'm writing notes. We're doing this shit. Let's do it.
What a thing to get a crit on. Oh my goodness. Let me see if
We're about to take off, Lou. Get your running shoes on.
let me see what I can get you here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes. So, what she's basically trying to tell you to do is to meet her in town this evening. Like, she's referring really to, just from like her body language, the perfect time in your head would be before they start working on dinner. So maybe not even the evening, just like late afternoon. Find Clementine late afternoon in town is what you have to do.
Okay.
Matt, Colt and Lou have the same intelligence.
Like,
About that 50.
shoot, what's your education?
Oh, that's lower.
Yeah.
That would be 40.
No, that's where Colt strives. He's at 80.
Yeah.
He's doubled. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, if Clementine's still there, real quick in this like few seconds that
Yeah.
we're, can I hold up can Colt hold up 3 fingers and then 4 with the pocket watch right next to it, and see which one I get a nod on? Trying to get the hour, like
Yeah.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
She gives you the nod on 4 o'clock.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Thumbs up, pocket watch down, shovel back.
Cool. So as the chores conclude, all of the eggs are gathered. They're being sort of taken to the kitchen for preparation. The gang is back together. Everyone's here for the first time since yesterday at this point. You're tired. Again, like you're like sweaty from the work. And you weren't paid to do this. You didn't have to do this kind of stuff. So here you all are all back together as you make your way to the house. You're probably hungry as well. The breakfast still needs to be cooked. But you do have Dr. Rick Kurtz to thank for those eggs. What do you all do as you come back together?
I am heading straight for the washroom to cleanse my hands of this filth.
Mr. Reinhardt, you have a little something on your chin there.
Oh, hell.
Lou takes his shirt off and starts like kind of wiping his head with the drier parts of the shirt.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look around, make sure we're still kind of in the chore area, whatever that might mean, and getting close, and not a whisper, but just let everyone know that we gotta meet All right. Uh, we have to be in town before 4 o'clock, around 3:45 ish. We got someone to meet.
Are you sure this is a we? It seemed like she was gesturing to you, was she not?
What are you talking about, James? You weren't there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do you think that we should all go if not all of us were there?
James, what the hell are you talking about, man? Are you thinking like, oh, I updated you on that whole situation?
I thought that's what you did. When you said we
no,
all,
I'm
we
messing
all
around
finished our
with
chores, we all met up. Did I misinterpret that?
No, yeah, I was messing with you. All right.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to start cooking the breakfast. How would you all like your eggs cooked?
Well, I mean, before you cook the breakfast, I remember them saying Clementine made a real good omelet, so we should maybe have her do it. You know,
I'll
she's
have
gonna be
my
cooking breakfast.
poached. I yell from the washroom.
No, Kurtz. Do you have experience cooking?
I do.
Ah.
I in the trenches, we knew how to cook omelets, but we didn't really have much meat. Most of the time, the meat that we found was rat meat. The desire for rat meat is not one that one finds too often. But in these days when I have normal food, there are times that I wish I was still in that trench eating rat.
So you had easy access to eggs, though, but no meat?
And that is correct.
Okay.
I'll have mine without the rat, Kurtz.
Scrambled is fine for me.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'll
Thank
just
you.
take some eggs. I'll take a fried egg. Hey, do we have we should make Miss Esmeralda some eggs too, because you know that'd be kind of a nice thing.
Well, yeah.
I'll get right on it.
Is he okay?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of always like that though, a little bit.
As a parapsychologist, what does para mean, anyways?
Well, it can mean whatever you'd like. But quite
Do you have
frankly, it means, well, more or less.
Is it like a parasite?
paranormal. No, not a parasite.
Okay, so I remember
Sort of.
one time my cousin got ringworm.
No, not that kind of. No, it's sort of like a parasite. If you might think of, very similar to what is happening to this town, Lou.
So do you
It's
have a
haunted.
degree in parapsychology?
Yeah, well, a degree or no degree, what would that change, James?
Does para mean nada?
No. It's essentially paranormal. So similar to a parasite, sometimes a parasite might be ethereal. We can't see it.
Gotcha.
A haunting, or not of this world.
Thank you for teaching me something new today.
Doctor,
I know.
how are those eggs coming?
That's sarcasm, James.
No, sir. I've met a lot of interesting people in my travels, but you
Okay.
are one of the most interesting.
No,
I'm just very
no.
appreciative of you.
No, I'm here to study the interesting. And Lou, you're an
Yeah.
interesting person.
I don't think anybody's ever called me that before.
Well, they just haven't paid enough attention.
Man, that's real sweet.
Well,
The eggs are almost done.
Thank you, Doctor. So, friends, what is the game plan for today?
I think we done all the chores, right? I don't think we got any more chores to do, right? Where is Miss Keeper? Where is Miss Esmeralda at this point?
Not where you are.
Okay.
No, she's not anywhere near that you can see.
Okay.
Maybe
Good, imagine
upstairs,
she's close,
straightening beds, maybe cleaning up, doing something. She's not around. Not even in the kitchen where Dr. Rick Kurtz has sort of taken over and started making the eggs.
Do we know if the search party returned last night? Dr. Kurtz was not with them, if
Oh,
I
speaking
understood.
of, Doctor, yes, you took a bit of a venture.
Yes, I did. Last night I did.
How did that go?
why don't we eat breakfast first and we can speak on that at another time?
Well, I mean, James asked a solid question. And did they return?
Did you see them in your travels? Did you happen to run into them?
The search party?
Yes, the search party.
No, I did not.
So you just went out into the woods looking for the search party, did not find them, and then returned back home.
That is correct.
I'm glad you made it back safely.
Yes, indeed.
Just
Look, the eggs are getting cold. Eat, eat.
just about that time, you hear a voice from upstairs go, "Clementine, they're waiting for breakfast. Go make them the eggs that Dr. Kurtz brought in." Soon you hear these feet hitting the stairs as Clementine descends. She just glances at you all as she rounds the corner, sort of passing by where you are and heading
Lou's
into the
still not
kitchen.
wearing a shirt, by the way.
Oh.
I want to make that very clear.
That might make her even drop her eyes even more and just
Great,
definitely not
cool.
look at any of you all.
I just
As
want
she-
that to be clear that that's what's happening.
As she goes into
Does
the
he
kitchen,
like suck in? Just...
He's not trying to do anything. He's just kind of standing there like,
she goes into the kitchen. It's where she finds Dr. Kurtz, and she stops. Hi.
Morning.
It smells delicious in here. You made breakfast
I did.
already?
The eggs. I did.
Well, if my aunt asks, could you tell her that I made them? I just don't
Sure.
wanna-
Sure. And if anybody else asks, there's no rat in it.
Rat? Why would there be rat in the egg?
We requested that he didn't put it in there.
You never know, Miss Carlisle.
Naturally. Dr. Kurtz, I want to ask you about your recipe. I'm sure it's very secret. May I?
You take the eggs and you put them in the fryer or your frying pan. You let them sit there and swim in the grease. You pour some salt and pepper on it.
Well, I have
And you have
a
eggs.
I have a question about something very specific about the eggs, if I may ask you.
Go on.
She sort of, again, glances over her shoulder at the rest, then back to you. She kind of comes closer to you and says, "I'm so sorry about last night. I was just trying to find out anything I could about my father. I know you're here investigating him. I just wanted information. I thought you might have it, so I went snooping. That's all. I was just looking around. I didn't take anything, I promise. I am not a thief." Are you mad at me?
The eggs are getting cold. We should probably go ahead and eat.
Right. Breakfast is ready, she says, as she does go and put some plates down for you, silverware and such, and beckons you to eat. Breakfast time. Is there anything else you would like to discuss over breakfast? It's okay if not. What is it?
Clementine is having breakfast with us, correct?
She didn't sit down. She's just sort of making sure you have everything you need. So she's not really...
She's within earshot.
Yeah, she's in earshot.
Then no.
Cool. Do you want...
Not for me, at least.
hey, Clementine, tell your aunt we got all that manure picked up. So that's looking all good.
Yes, we did.
If you need privacy, just let me know. She turns around and starts walking away. Kind of up the stairs.
That's her form of private. Just
Well.
what?
Yeah. All right, bye. She leaves very, very slowly. Very slowly. Trying to catch anything she can hear as she's leaving. But eventually she does ascend the stairs.
Oh, and following up before we left off, on the walk back when I was talking about a little bit of privacy, probably would have filled in everyone on what was determined. But I figure we'll all go into town because I know, James, you're talking about just myself, but I figure we'll all go, even if it's just me who talks to Clementine, unless the mood is different at the time.
There is heavy footfall coming from outside. Like, it sounds like somebody's running towards the door.
Oh.
At once, Deputy Pitt, he opens the door. The Jensen Ackles kind of looking guy.
Oh, yeah.
But he
Nice.
has bad breath.
Yeah,
Yes.
bad breath.
He has shit breath. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, hey, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt your breakfast, but I need you all to come here quick. There's trouble at the jail. Big trouble.
All right.
The
Let me go get my bat.
the search party found the rest of that girl.
Oh, hell.
They
Come on.
returned.
They're back. Come on.
When did they return?
Just now, and now they're causing a problem. We have to go stop them.
Yeah, we'll grab the coat and we're going with the deputy.
Okay, Lou, do you have an extra bag for your bats? Or I have the shotgun that I bought. Can I put it in with your bats? I don't want to carry it around, but I want to have it. Is there a place you can conceal this?
I mean, yeah, I got my duffel bag. If you want to put it in my duffel bag,
If it'll fit, that'll be great. I appreciate
it
it.
should fit. It fits a bat.
Great, thank you, friend.
Got my pliers, my jacket, and we're good to go.
Cool.
I want to take I got some clothes. I mean, would you mind getting me another shirt? Probably be good if while you're up there getting the bag, you mind getting me a shirt out?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you have a specific shirt you want to wear?
No.
We're
The
in
blue
a
one
hurry,
with the white
guys.
stripes.
Let's go.
But not
It's
the
important
white
to
stripes.
feel
the white
confident,
stripes.
Chester. Chester, it's important to feel confident in times of crisis.
Come on now. Come on. This is Deputy.
Which one's your best shirt?
Get
Getting
whatever,
you the red one, Lou.
Okay.
get whatever you need. And come on.
I get halfway up the stairs.
I need to take a piss real quick.
Okay, I give him the shirt and the bag, and we're packed up.
So, following the deputy back into town, you find this angry crowd of more than 100 clogging the street in front of the constable's office. You can see the constable just being shouted at, right? And the constable standing there, but also the priest, Father Leclerc, he is up there as well in front of all these people. They have placed themselves between this mob and between the front door of the constable's office. The constable holds his hands up. I am not kidding, everyone. Now, you have elected me to keep the peace for 4 terms. That's what I intend to do today. So go home. Get, all of you. Leave me now, please. We can take care of this. But you hear a shout from the crowd. How can you protect the monster in there? You hear more protests from the crowd. You hear the constable say, he is a man. Same as you, same as me. This werewolf business has to stop. As you can see, it is causing mass hysteria amongst you people. And then you hear this voice sort of rise above the rest. That's no man in there, you hear. Deputy Pitt's with you all. He sort of nudges Chester on the side and says, that's the girl's father. That's him. Leader of the search party. We found her. And this father continues. I was with the group out in the woods that just found her. My girl. My beautiful girl. She's shredded. She's ribbons, he says. He starts to break down. He breaks down onto the ground. He's on his knees. He starts pounding the ground with his fist. He looks back up at Father Leclerc. Father. Yes, my son. Now, I am a God-fearing man most Sundays. But today I see no choice but an eye for an eye. Let me through those goddamn doors, he says. The response from the mob at this point is completely deafening. There's raised fist. There is shouting. And at that, you can see the constable raise this hand high, and he has the other hand on his revolver. Let's get this straight once and for all. We don't know what happened to old Harlan. He's been harmless enough all these years, and ain't nobody gonna lay a finger on him until we figure out everything. And to help do just that, we called these folks here from Arkham to sort out peas from carrots.
Keeper, when we got to the crowd, or at least especially now, I'd like to try and get away from our group and try to blend in with the mob. See if I can just overhear anything. I'm assuming this is not the first time me as lead reporter has been in a big mob of mass hysteria. I'd like to try and sneak into the crowd, blend in, and overhear anything I can, but also try not to get caught up too much in the anti-Arkham people commotion. Try to blend in. Assassin's Creed, if you will.
Okay,
Blending
yeah,
in the
cool.
crowd. Head
Cool.
down.
Yeah, you go in and then give me a listen roll.
Yes, of course. Hard success, 19 to 75.
Cool, yeah. So as you are in the midst of this crowd, you know, it's tight body to body. You can sort of smell like this sort of sweaty odor of people who have been up all night, just out in the woods. It's sort of it's very claustrophobic for you being in here, but you do hear a mixture of all sorts of stuff in addition to the whole bring her justice. You hear, we're going to tear him to shreds. You start hearing just like very specific things about like ripping the constable apart. Like you're hearing words of like the constable is in on it. Like the constable is not human as well. That you start hearing things about there being some sort of infiltration of the people in town. Maybe they're all werewolves. You're hearing this sort of dialogue amongst people. And above all, yeah.
Apologies, I didn't mean to cut you off. Do I notice anyone that I've recognized in town before in this crowd, particularly those saying some of the more outlandish things?
No, mostly the people that are saying all this stuff, they've been out. You can tell this is the search party. But
This is the search party, no like outside the search party people, at least not very many, have joined this crowd.
I would say they did. So sort of coming back into town and like learning that this girl was like ripped apart and is just in pieces. People have probably joined in like, okay, yeah, this is messed up. We need to do something about this. But these are specific things you're hearing from the search party.
Thank you. Apologies for cutting you off earlier.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, above all, you're just hearing like, we might have to take out the constable. You might have to take out the father. They're hiding some shit. Like, they are in the fucking way. Why do they care this much? Why do they care this much for a murderer? Is what you hear in the crowd. So, at that announcement that you all are in town, at that Deputy Pitts, he sort of pushes all of you forward. One of you, and I don't know who, but one of you got some explaining to do, or this is gonna get ugly. So, one of you must address the crowd with a speech that will culminate in a persuade roll. But whoever chooses to do this will have to give the speech to this angry mob.
You don't want it to be me, brothers.
Who will it be among...
A persuade roll, you said?
I'm at a solid 10.
Yeah.
I would like to stay hidden in and amongst the crowd to kind of get their reactions.
My persuade is also 10.
Uh-oh.
But if I have the highest persuade, I can do the rising from the crowd as a very non-religious figure.
I have a 40 persuade.
40 is the highest, Jester?
40 is the highest.
Where is persuade?
Chester's
well, I guess
100.
we know. Yeah.
99.
Well, we only have one way out of this, so obviously we're going to go with the highest. So, Doc, you're up.
Fucking Doc Kurtz.
Dr. Rick
Out here
Kurtz.
leading
Dude,
the crowd.
what is he gonna say to this crowd?
Hello.
Yeah, and it's like even the Pitts, he will like ushers you
Hello.
up to the steps of the front of the constable's office, where it's kind of elevated, so you can see these 100 people out there in front of you, all angry.
He
But
does
they
have his
kinda-
gun.
He does. There's a bunch of guns involved here, but they sort of quiet as you step up.
Do I have the duffel bag, or does Lou have the duffel bag?
You have the duffel bag.
Okay, cool.
Glad you're considering just start and so I start blasting.
So, anyways,
Would you like me to explain to the audience what I rolled first, or would you like me to give the speech and then say what I rolled?
Do you have 9 luck points?
Well, I guess Matt just gave it away.
No, Hudson.
No,
Hudson,
I
keep
haven't
going.
given anything away.
Hudson, keep going. You gotta trust me. Keep going.
All right.
Yeah, just give it first.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Rick Kurtz from Arkham. I'm a professor of archaeology from Cambridge. I am very deeply sorry for your loss here in this community. I've experienced loss myself. I served in the Great War, where I saw hundreds upon hundreds of men lose their lives on a daily basis. But we are here to help you, and that is what we're here to do. I have not seen the child's body, but if you could take us perhaps to the child, we could try to figure out all of this that is going on here in your lovely town. And thank you. And Dr. Rick Kurtz will begin to walk down the stairs, I guess. Was there a staircase at all?
Well, how do you want to resolve this? What'd you roll, and you want to keep that?
Yeah, I'm gonna
London,
keep
what
it. I'm gonna
happens?
keep it that way. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep it
London,
a
what
49-40 failure. So yeah.
Cool. So at that, the mob isn't satisfied with your speech there. They start closing in sort of on the constable's office. You can feel them even closing around the rest of you as they have noticed these other people, in rank from Arkham. They're sort of closing in around you.
And that's where I'm gonna save him. Hold on.
What are you gonna
Damn
do?
it! No, never mind.
What
You
happened?
had
What
a
happened?
50, Chester?
Yeah. Let me.
You had a
look.
50? Oh my god.
Wait, can I?
remember when Chester said, "Trust me"?
I tried. I can burn a luck point though. How do I burn a luck point? It's literally edit mode.
One luck point? You gotta burn 20. 21.
Oh, just kidding. I remember how to play this game.
Just push the roll if you can.
Yeah, what's my consequence if I push this?
You're dead. The crowd will kill you.
But if you push it, I'm gonna need an extreme success because things have been completely elevated here. Extreme or nothing.
Trevor, I believe in you.
There's literally no way this could go wrong.
The heart of the cards.
I mean, it's just a game.
Be the very best.
Everyone wave bye to Chester.
Where is Chester right now? Is Chester near any of us?
I love Bakugan.
Yeah, can I preemptively gain distance from Chester now?
80-50.
He forgot to put his car in parking and it just rolls right over him.
All right, so the crowd closes in. They are attacking. They are throwing fists at Chester. You see this fist just come square from between your eyes. It connects for 4 points of damage as douche.
Come up.
You can feel sort of the bone cracking like right between your eyes there, sending you backwards. Blood sort of fills the area there as pain starts like settling in around you. This is all happening as people start grabbing at you. Someone's trying to jump up on the stage to try to destabilize Dr. Kurtz as they dive for your leg. But even then, it's hard for them to get to you as other people are climbing on top of them. People are trampling each other to get to you. And that is when you hear the gunshots. Douche, douche. 2 shots go off. Everything goes quiet. The next moment, it's almost as if you're waiting for a body to drop. But no. You see Jensen Ackles with his gun high in the air. Everybody calm down now. Stop. We gotta be civil here. We can't turn into animals, he says. The crowd breaks apart. People start wandering silently away. But Jacob Miller, the father of this girl, he remains behind. He glares at the constable, glares at the priest, glares at Rick Kurtz. At last, he spits at your feet, Rick Kurtz, turns around, and strides away. What do you all do?
I threw an orange at his head. No, I'm sorry.
I try to stop my bleeding nose.
Yeah, let's
I get out my handkerchief.
Colt will come over and see if he can't help Chester get up.
Yeah, I want to help Chester get up and stuff like that.
Is he heading towards his house?
No, you can assume the other guy's leaving, probably going back to his house to cry. He's not going to the church. Maybe on any other day. This is his kid he lost. You know what I mean? He's bad off.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. I thought I thought that my speech was very good. I think I've dropped a capsule. Has anybody seen a small capsule laying around? This would be a medical. It has some pills in it.
I haven't seen the capsule, but don't worry about the speech. There's nothing you could have done.
I rolled the success on a spot hidden. Do I see it?
Yeah, you would find his pill bottle, yeah. Or his capsule,
It's
yeah.
right here. It landed next to me.
Oh, there you are. Great.
But when I go to hand it to you, I hand it a little too far to your right side.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I spot hidden it.
Spot hidden did it.
Oh, okay, I see.
I did the spot hidden.
He's looking.
I was looking at James Coughlin. All right, do that again.
I did the title of
Okay.
this Twitch stream.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Okay.
It was a good speech, though, Doctor.
Just
Well-
laying your head back, and
As they're helping Chester, let's head up to the constable, Colt. I mean, and
Yes, everyone come inside, please. This way. He sort of invites everybody inside quickly. Dupree, asleep in the cell. Still, you can hear him heavy breathing. But as you all come inside, Constable Clark, he pushes aside some logs from the fire bin next to the stove. And he pulls out from under it this unlabeled bottle, uncorks it, and says, I keep this for medicinal purposes.
yeah.
After that, I think we could all do with a little shot of health.
I'm a psychologist. I can say it's well advised.
Hera.
He begins to
Very
pass
so-
the bottle around.
Thank you.
you got any Prince Albert?
No, Prince Albert. Everyone, this is Father Leclerc of St. Agnes's Church down the street.
Yeah, we've met. Hey, Father, how are you?
Lou,
Nice to see you again, Father.
James, hi. Nice
Good
to
to
see
meet your
you.
father.
And these are your friends. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your words there, Doctor. The crowd, they are truly lost children resorting to violence. It is a sad situation. I must pray for them.
Father, I mean no offense when I interrupt you, but you say these are lost children. Do these people congregate at your church at all?
I saw some members of my church in that crowd. Violence? That's never the answer.
Can you tell me, have these people
Have you seen these people of late at your church service?
Yes. Yes, most of them, yes.
Have you noticed anything with them? Anything that's changed?
Mr. Miller is completely broken. I saw a darkness in his eyes that I have not seen before. Again, these are desperate times for him, so there is change there, but no other differences that I saw.
Oh, Constable, Father, one person is clear of mind. Getting a crowd together, well, and that'll take over. So, I reckon it's only a matter of time before one of them tries to be their own hero, serving justice as Mr. Miller sees fit.
Hmm.
So it's certainly chipping away.
So you're saying that you think Miller might try to break in here?
If
Issue
not
some
him-
frontier justice?
Well, if not him, someone who thinks it right so. Miller himself, I mean, he has plenty of reason to believe he's in the right. But even without all the information, we'll still act on it. Don't tell me you haven't done something similar and haven't felt that similar feeling. I'm not by any means saying it's right. It's just can't help but feel it's inevitable. So,
Yes.
did they find anything else out on their journey? Do you know, Constable?
No traces of anything other than the poor little girl's body and as he described shreds, it was pretty accurate. Ribbons, even as he said. I can't argue with it, sadly. I wish that I could. Imagine like Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange 2, but with blood.
Where do you know where the body was found? How far out of town again?
Yes, not quite too far out of town, just south of town, out in the woods.
How far of a walk?
Hmm.
If you knew where it was and beeline to it.
35 minutes, perhaps?
Hmm. Well, if we seek to provide this man a trial, looking over at Wolfman, then I suppose, yeah, I suppose it's best to, and it sounds silly of me to say, but keep him protected. You know that better than I. As far as we know, there's nothing pointing him to it. Well, there is, but
Well, should we go and try to talk to Miller or just fortify this place? I wish we could move Dupree out of this cell, but all of the asylums are full. Too many suicidal businessmen since the crash.
looks like moving him might be a bit of a problem. He's not exactly well mannered.
What is your long-term plan with this man, Constable?
Just hoping something frees up. We'll hold
So
him here as long as
there
we
is
can.
no long-term plan.
No, this is still very new. You got me there. He takes another swig from the bottle as it gets passed back around to him.
With all due respect, Constable, and I know you have no answers now. My friend Mr. Reinhardt over there knows how individuals think, but I know how crowds think and how masses think, and they're able to smell the lack of long-term planning. They want to decide for you. I can't offer any advice, but I do think this is time to start thinking more long-term. Do you want him alive? Do you not? Do you care if he is alive? Do you not? Is he able to stand trial? Will trial even provide the justice that these people want? This is not the first I've seen of the masses rising up and demanding plans and long-term strategy when there is none. So I just suggest that you don't get caught up in that as well. Again, I'm sorry I have no further advice, but that is how I feel like you should be spending your next couple days.
I think
I don't know if we have
right.
days. Actually, I'd be surprised if we had days, plural.
I tend to agree with you. I guess my question is, why are you keeping this man alive? It does not seem fit to me to stand trial. Apologies for putting my personal beliefs into this. I tend not to, but would it not be easier just to let the crowd have him?
We don't know if he did it.
From what we've been told, this man has been a drunk and nothing but a nuisance to the town for the last couple of years.
Oh, so you just kill him? Is that it?
It's either we kill
Some of
him
my
or the
family
crowd
members
kills
would
all
call
of
me a
us.
nuisance, James. Should my sister shoot me in the head?
Your family does not have a kill you or kill all of us decision to make. If the choice is either let the crowd have Wolfman over here or we lose the father and the constable and the deputy and probably us as well, I just want to know, if not kill him, why keep him alive? What are we waiting? What does his life mean to us right now?
Perhaps, gentlemen, I have a solution for all of us. I did not disclose something to you earlier when you asked about the woods. My travels last night, I did not find the search party, but I did find someone else.
Who did you find? Was it
Someone who was also searching for the girl.
May I have a psychology roll before you continue? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
just something that might also
Is
come
it
up
from him in particular?
from
or
from
anyone?
everybody.
I got you.
Hudson, thank you, Hudson, for this actually.
6470 psychology.
Oh, nice. If anybody or whoever wants to give it, you don't have to if you don't want to. Has everybody
would
done it
always
that
want
wants to?
My psychology's 10, so I'm not even gonna.
All right. Colt Reinhardt, you're going to notice Father LeClaire sort of stiffen up even more so. Like his eyes sort of like widen as he is leaning in to hear who Rick Kurtz is going to say. And it's almost on the tip of his tongue. He's starting to start with a T. A tuba. And then Dr. Kurtz continues.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're saying, but I met someone out there who was also looking for the girl. Perhaps if you all want to stay here, I can go back out and try to find that person, see if they can lead me to any other clues that might help solve this, and perhaps maybe this guy in the cell, maybe he's not guilty.
Are you sure you need to be going back out there by yourself again, man? I mean,
It's daytime. I should be fine. I was fine last night.
yeah, but there's also a big old mob of people who, I bet if they found you all alone in the woods, they might just take their shot at you, man.
Kurtz, I recommend you take someone. Yeah, it's your pick.
The mob will be going to bed. They've been up all night.
We're not waiting until night. Wait, you just said they've been up all night. No. All right.
I'm gonna buy you a new set of headphones.
I know. It's not the headphones. It's me. I'm slowly losing my mind. Let's reset. Back it up. They've been up all night.
All right.
They have grief carrying them. Kurtz, they'll be up as long as they need to be. Take someone with you.
All right. Who wants to go?
Has anybody seen the body, though? I mean, we haven't seen the body.
No, we haven't, but they said it's out in the woods, so I was hoping that person, without disturbing the mob, would take me to the body.
Oh, it's been brought back. It is in the morgue at this point. It's quite grisly.
I think we need to go see that before we decide anything else.
Yeah.
I agree. I also would like to check up on Mr. Miller. Maybe I go alone, or maybe Mr. Reinhardt and I go. I think it's important to hear his side of the story, and I feel like we should have the people who can handle sensitive situations.
Granted. Does anyone else have any training in medicine?
Medicine?
And Any
My
sort of-
medicine score's 1.
Okay, all right. Cool. With that in mind,
I can make a first aid.
no. Okay. Well, I would definitely like to see, not like to, but I feel it necessary to see what's left of the body, but talking to Mr. Miller is going to be important as well.
Why not Lou? There's a way with words and can handle himself in situations in case the woods visit turns wrong. Not to volunteer you, my friend, but
I mean, I'll go.
or Lou
Yeah,
and Chester
I mean-
even, and Mr. Reinhardt and I can talk to Mr. Miller and the townspeople,
What about Chester?
or all three.
I mean, Chester, you feel okay? I mean, you got your head hit pretty bad.
I'm feeling exquisite.
Chester,
Can I-
how many fingers am I holding up?
6.
Would you like me to fix your nose
Correct.
for you?
Oh, do what you must.
Can I try to snap his nose back into place?
Yeah, for sure. You give me a first aid, see if we can get him any HP back.
That's a success.
Cool. Tack on
Do
1.
Do it, Hudson. Oh! Oh!
And then
I feel
after I
better.
snap it back into place, I'm gonna go.
You're
Pull
gonna
it
get
together, man.
1 HP back, Trevor.
Oh, I feel better. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, James, so you and I, we're gonna go talk to Mr. Miller. Chester, Lou, Kurtz, you all heading to the woods.
Are we going to see the body first, or are we going to do this other stuff, then going to see the body?
Maybe we should all go to the body and split from there. I know I would like to see it.
You
The
won't
morgue
be
is not
there,
too
I
far
think.
away, is it, Constable?
No, it's just down the way here.
I think it important James and I possibly maybe buy time by speaking to Mr. Miller. We can meet all three of you there. Kurtz, will you do us the pleasure of joining us to the morgue before your venture?
Yeah. Of course.
Fantastic. Okay.
Is it okay if we stop back by the inn so I can get my Webley?
Yes, actually, speaking of Constable, I hate to ask this of you, and if you don't think it right, I understand, but do you have anything I might be able to protect myself with?
I don't quite have anything to outfit you with. Everything here is sort of under lock and key. Unless you can persuade, charm, fast talk, any of those sort of social things. Intimidate.
I would like to. If not, I can take a go of it for you as well.
Well, start with the standard persuade, I guess. It's just, I think you saw the speed at which they're turning to violence, and I just thought it might. Oh! Sorry, 10 versus 10 success with persuade. I'm checking that off. I thought it just might be best if not to hurt anyone in return, but to maybe dissuade anyone from hurting me.
Ah, yes. Please, take this. And he goes and grabs a 45 automatic for you to use. And there's the stats for that are I put in the character creation guide if you want to add that to your sheet, Matt. But
do.
you can have that.
I appreciate that. Again, no means to harm anyone. And is it loaded? Are there rounds in that?
Oh yeah, he has ammunition for you.
All right.
Is the father still there, right?
Yeah, he's there. And I'll tell Colt this also. He did
Okay.
a sigh of relief once Kurtz kept talking,
Oh,
and
I
he
haven't
didn't
forgotten,
he
yeah.
didn't mention Anything starting with a T.
I know I started with a little bit you gave me. I haven't forgotten, I promise. Give me a second here. I'm planning. I'm planning.
I'm not cueing you. I'm just telling you what you saw.
No, you're not cueing me. I'm cueing myself. Don't worry.
Cueception.
Would I have? It might be too late to ask this, but would I have noticed, say, the cleaning lady as part of the mob, or anyone from the diner as part of the mob while during that thing? Or is it too late to really go back?
I'll say that you would have seen just all sorts of local people there. And that cleaning lady from the church, there's no way she was not going to be there. There's no
She's too much
way.
of a...
You know, she saw that and she's going to talk about it for the next 10 years. She was there.
I remember the Great Mob in 1930.
Exactly. Yeah, if she's alive then, she'll keep talking about it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna put that 45 in the back of the pants and wait for everyone else to filter out first.
I want to go real quick to the father, and I want to go to him like, one time my town had a real bad accident happen. We lost 3 kids. When the automobile started coming through, and the preacher back then, he called a big old town meeting, and everybody kind of said what they needed to say about it. I know they're all riled up now, but I mean, like you said, a lot of them were your people. Maybe you need to have something like that, a come to Jesus moment. Or is that inappropriate? But you know what I mean? Like, maybe, Father, maybe this is when they probably need you now more than they've ever needed you.
Those are wise words, Lou. I didn't know you had it in you. Just kidding. That is...
What?
That is profound.
Oh, thank you.
And a meeting of that magnitude might do a lot of good for this community as we start to heal. The scab has just been ripped off. They need this message to start the healing process. I'll start my preparations.
Yes, if you could join us on our way out here, Father.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Fantastic. Unless there's any objections, Colt was gonna wait for everyone else to slowly filter out, and just a slight hand on the shoulder as we're leaving out that door. How are you doing, Father?
Better now that the crowd is dispersed. Better now. How are you?
I'm okay. I was concerned about you there for a moment.
Yes, that the crowd would sort of snatch me off of the steps there, rip me
not
apart.
Not quite.
Well, then why?
More so.
I didn't even drink any of that whiskey.
Oh, I'm aware. You seem to be quite eager with paying attention to, well, our conversation. Of course, you wanted to get any details we had. That makes sense.
Yes, it sounded like Dr. Kurtz saw something out in the woods.
I
wanted to know what he saw.
Or whether or not it was this Tobias character.
How do you know about Tobias?
Oh, I don't. Just thought I might throw a dart into the wind, so to speak. Hope it might catch something.
He was a troubled boy, and I did my best to take care of him. I don't think he's involved in any of this. He's the caretaker out at the cemetery. He stays out there. He's quite the homebody. He doesn't do well with people. So he doesn't come into town. He stays there and does his work. And it seems that he has work to do soon in the burial of this child. So I don't know what you're insinuating, but he's been keeping out of... I hope he's been keeping out of trouble.
Is he lying to me, Keeper?
Psychology, yeah.
2870 hard success?
With that hard success, you would see that he is speaking in earnest. He really does hope that Tobias is behaving, but you can tell, and I believe some of you've learned this before, this was a young guy he raised up and sort of gave some purpose in his life before he went off to the war, came back, started killing small animals, really aggressive, traitor to this country. You can tell that from all that, he is afraid of Tobias.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So any
well-
hesitancy is fear. Pure, unadulterated fear.
Okay, to give you insight, I was confused at why he was thinking he might have ran into him in the middle of the woods.
I'll tell you this,
Okay.
from that hard, it's a hard success, right?
It was 28 versus 70.
Because he fears that if Dr. Kurtz ran into Tobias in the woods and then came back, he had to kill Tobias to do it. Tobias is not going to let that go just
shit.
easy.
Oh shit, dude, Tobias don't fuck around. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That kind of fear.
Yes. So it's like a double-edged sword here, or that's not the right term for this.
Yeah.
It's two-sided. There's the fear of I raised this kid. I don't want him to. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. But also, I'm afraid of this guy because he could kill me and not feel a thing.
Interesting.
In doing it.
All right, thank you. And one last question, Father. How is he during the day?
During the day?
Was it changed at all? I mean, if someone unfortunately paid a visit to that cemetery to mourn another?
I see him every so often. He stays inside. He whittles a bit. Takes care of his dogs. I would beware of his dogs. Have a treat or something if you're going that way. He recently acquired some mutts.
I appreciate that, Father. I don't mean to throw you through a loop or scare you. We'll be on our way. Hopefully, we might tamper down Mr. Miller's anger.
Please do, and I'll get to work on Lou's plan.
Perfect. Okay, and we'll depart, kind of jingling the pocket watch in the pocket there, and return to the group. So, everyone to the body, or James and I to Mr. Miller?
Everybody's going to. Wait, no. Everybody's going to the body and then to Mr. Miller?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Are James and I alone going to Mr. Miller while everyone goes to the body?
I thought we were all going to go see the body and then
And then break
go
up
to
from
Mr.
there?
Miller, and then the other three of us would go out to look in the woods.
Okay. That actually may help if we get some more information, yeah.
Dr. Rick Kurtz has already returned with his Webley.
Oh, okay. Just
No, you were taking such a long time in your
shut the hell.
conversation.
That was a brief conversation in the game world. All right.
It was not. It was about
Chester's
an hour-long
already had-
conversation.
Chester's already had about another meal.
Okay.
He's got,
Edited out all
he's
the
got beans and
what?
toast from the
And
diner.
doesn't- Colt
We're
doesn't
having-
say
we're having
shit
11
to any of
seats
you,
right
all
now.
right?
This is actually spot hidden abridged.
This is second breakfast.
None of you. I'm not gonna tell. All right, you know what? From now on, Colt's evil. All right.
From now, he says out loud, from now on,
I declare.
I do declare I am now evil.
All right.
Spot
Go to
hidden
the
as pro montage.
We're pro a lot of things.
Hearts on fire.
Let's go. We're going to the morgue.
Fire.
Okay. All right. Ridiculous.
Cool. To the morgue. After
To the more.
our break. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody. We will be right back. We're going to take a little break, refill our drinks, and come back and play some more Call of Cthulhu. Thanks. All right. Be right back. How many times can I do this? All right.
Just.
All right. For real. All right.
Pro MILF and pro.
Dude! Whoa!
Can we put that on the bottom of the screen?
I saved it. I saved it.
Yeah, sure. We
I
saved
didn't
it.
say the second part.
Uh,
I'm getting fired.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Spot Hidden right after this break. Take it away.
Trevor's the new keeper now.
yeah, there you go. All right.
I'm the only one who can
Right.
control my composure.
He's gone.
Keeper swap. And welcome back. Hello, everyone. So, when we last left off, the party, they were traveling to go and look at the body of this young child. They enter the morgue into the cold storage there, and they glimpse upon it, and all the descriptions you've heard thus far are pretty accurate. It is grisly. What remains of a left leg is just like almost like chewed up. There are, I really don't want to get into like too heavy of a description with how torn apart these remains are. But I'll take a sanity roll from everyone, as you do see as you know, Ian put in the chat, ribboned remains.
Ribboned. Sanity roll.
Hey,
Success.
I
Hard
failed
success.
my sanity roll.
I don't know if I'm proud of that.
hard success.
Dude, Rick is
Dude, what? What is Rick rolling?
35.
Dr. Rick Kurtz has a 9 versus 35, a hard success. This is not the first time Dr. Rick Kurtz has seen a body ripped to shreds like this before.
Good night. We're waiting on one more, Chester.
I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Extreme success. This is not the first time that Chester has seen a dead body before.
Oh no. Well, James, welcome to the party. You're gonna lose 2 points of sanity.
Wait, you rolled a 1, you bitch.
One.
Don't lie to the audience.
No, I'm not lying. 1d4 plus 1. 2 points of sanity.
You got lucky.
Don't lie to the audience, you bitch. I want that on his shirt.
You raggedy bitch. I lied about the same.
Oh, cool. You see it there. If anybody wants to look into specifics about maybe what kind of caused specific things, you can give me a medicine to check that out or to get more information about what's there.
Just medicine, or is there another type of
Medicine.
just okay? I would not say that's a good idea for Lou.
Keeper, may I make a check on the body, but not looking for any physical marks, but I am looking for possibly hair particles on the body.
Natural world.
Well, he's doing that. I'll do a standard check medically. Just trying to examine what could have caused it. Was it one? You know what I'm trying to say. Like, who caused it? What caused it? How many caused it? Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Medicine?
Yeah, medicine.
Damn, 5841.
You could push it, but then you might fall on the body.
Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
No, just kidding. Yeah. Anything else from anybody since we're here?
I feel like Lou's just gonna kind of follow other people's lead. He's not really gonna. He knows this is out of his depth. He's there. He's seeing it, but
Have we spot hidden the surroundings yet?
Inside the morgue? You can if you would like. But there's if you would like, you can.
Okay.
I 4660 successed it.
Okay.
But if you want to think on that, Keeper, is there any chance Colt can ask Kurtz Is there anything I should be looking for, Kurtz? You're the one with most experience, I'd say.
This body has been torn quite a bit. Now you won't be able to find much unless you can find the meat grinder that did this. What
really
I'm
think a
looking for
man-
is, I'm sorry.
Do you think a man could have done this?
Yes, it is very possible that man or woman could have done this. A machine powered by a man or woman could have done this. But also something very unnatural could have done this.
But I mean, do you think our man back in the jail cell wearing no shoes, no knife on him, could have torn this body up like he did? That's what I don't understand, man. I mean, we got teeth, right? But I mean, teeth ain't gonna do all that.
Keeper,
Mm-hmm.
is the face of the body still intact, or is it perhaps a little bit disintegrated?
Not disintegrated so much as sort of like sticking a pencil through like a piece of paper and just like kind of going down with it. So it's a little split.
Okay.
At the flesh level.
Yeah.
As far as the spot hidden that Chester did, it's kind of all out on the table, really. I'm trying to think about what I can give you for that.
Do I get another side quest? I sure would love another side quest.
Kurtz, you
Secret
never
medallion.
told Colt what to look for.
Oh, I will give you something. You're noticing there is actually like a lot of dirt, like a lot of dirt just kind of settled on the body.
You also need to make an Uber Eats delivery.
Gentlemen, there's quite a lot of dirt here around the body.
No hair particles as you can see, but there is dirt. Dirt. Lots of it.
Quite a lot of dirt.
Is there like a morgmatician around, or?
Yeah, there is. Stanley comes over.
Okay. Did he introduce himself before? Oh boy.
Yeah,
Did he
I'm
introduce
Stanley.
himself?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Stanley. Yes.
Good to see you.
Is all this dirt necessary when bringing the body in?
No, it came with the body, actually.
So when they emptied the bag, or whatever they
Yeah.
contained her in.
Yeah. It's almost like they dug her up or found her. I'm not sure if they found her in some sort of hole or a shallow grave or something, but yeah, the dirt came with her. She seems to have been submerged at some point, and quite a bit of it.
Dirt, you mean?
Yeah, dirt, soil, ground.
You think they were trying to cover up what they did? Sorry,
Perhaps
I'm
that
not.
that would be my guess here. But again, I'm not an investigator such as yourselves. You're probably more qualified than I am to comment on that. But that's reasonable.
I'm sorry, who brought the body in?
The search party, they found it.
Hmm.
The father couldn't bear to see her like this, so I believe there was a family friend that carried the body next to Jacob Miller.
Do you have a pair of medical gloves I could borrow?
Sure, here. He hands you a pair of gloves.
If I may, I'd like to take a look at the body, a further look, as Dr. Rick Kurtz goes over to examine the eyes.
You all are big city folk, please.
If the eyelids are closed, Dr. Rick Kurtz would like to open at least one to see what the eyes are doing.
I'm gonna be honest here, Hudson. I'm not sure like what the eyes would do in what situation. So if you can just, do you like know by which way the eyes are positioned, what that would mean, and then I'll tell you which one. Can we do that?
Are you,
Or like,
are you
you know-
assuming I've seen a dead person before
Well,
and I've looked at their eye?
Well, I don't know if you're like looking
I
for like a
honestly
certain.
don't know either.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm just going off of movie stuff. You caught me on my BS.
we're-
this
We're
time.
talking about making shirts now.
I've watched
I
way
don't-
too many-
I
too
think
many
Lou's just
CSI
kind of
Miami.
backing away. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, he almost doesn't even want to see Dr. Kurtz like dig into this.
But no, I can play along with it. So what Dr. Kurtz is looking for is to see if there is a glaze over the eyes, if there's a film, the sign of dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I need to make sure this body is dead.
Yeah, very, very, very dead. Extremely dead. Perhaps even like a sudden death, just from whichever way the eyes were positioned. I'll say that you can. I don't know. That's the way that is.
Are there any symbols on the body at all?
Give me a spot hidden to check it over.
An extreme success. 8 versus 75.
You know without a shred of a doubt, there are no symbols on this body. Completely clean.
Thank you for letting me borrow your gloves.
You're very welcome.
So, Doctor, what'd you find out?
This body is clearly deceased. I was unable to recover any hair particles that would perhaps lead us back to our caged victim or perpetrator. But you did say that you have seen this dirt on the body. Has anybody noticed this dirt around?
Keeper.
Yes.
The leg that was supposedly in his mouth.
Yeah.
When they
yeah,
found him.
Yeah, that's here too. Yeah.
Is there? How is it? The leg, is it different from the rest of the body?
Oh shit! Oh.
What's going on with that? Is it less damage? What's going on?
Everybody, give me a spot hidden on it.
Damn
Spot
it,
hidden.
Matt.
Success standard.
Oh,
6375.
Shit.
It's not clicking.
Failure 50-40.
Oh.
Chester
39.
and Chester and Colt. Yeah.
I got a 60-60.
Oh fuck, Chester and Colt. Yeah, you're gonna see that it is almost completely. It is completely clean of that dirt. Completely.
No dirt.
Also, it's a lot better intact than the other
Okay.
leg that's still there. The other leg is also sort of like ripped up and punctured and all sorts of mangled. No, there's only sort of one comparatively clean sort of like cut, which is where the leg is cut off. It's at the top of it.
Oh,
As-
it's like a tool cut, almost.
Not exactly, but yeah, it's a lot cleaner. The
Okay.
other
Like-
is ripped all the way down.
Is there enough? Would it be able to? Would you be able to say that the body looked like it had been buried,
It's reasonable.
or just like found in the dirt?
Everything but
More so buried than anything. just
More
from the
so,
amount.
okay.
everything but the leg was buried.
leg's
Obviously,
not.
the leg was put in his
Nope.
mouth. The leg somehow was in his mouth, but the key, at least for Colt, is it's much less damaged.
Went to the wrong Turkish chicken.
Clearly, this was not in. Yeah. So I think we all know what we're thinking, but we'll definitely point this out to everyone else.
Right.
Also, shout out to Spot Hidden Dramaturg Ian Downs.
Yes.
In the chat.
Thank you.
Always coming through with the nuggets.
Should one of us read this?
Yeah, Matt,
this,
read
this
it.
is for yeah.
Read it, Matt.
Here we go, Ian. I got you, buddy.
I believe in you.
Can you
Time
read
of
this in
death.
Obama accent, please?
No.
Do an impression.
All right, I've tried. I can't do it. Determining. No, I got it. Sorry. Determining the post-mortem interval, i.e., time elapsed since death, is nowhere near as exact in real life as it is on television shows, Dr. Hanslick says. But there are two ways that the eye can provide a ballpark estimate of the post-mortem interval. The first is, corneal?
Mhm.
Corneal.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great, sweetie.
It's
Thank you, thank
gone.
you. The first is corneal clouding. About 2 hours after death, the cornea becomes hazy or cloudy, turning progressively more opaque over the next day or two. This obstructs the view of the lens and back of the eye. And the second is potassium, also found in bananas. That's not part of it. But I'm not going to copy paste that part.
Why
Oh,
not?
no. Here we go. Corn.
Spot hidden is pro medical examination.
We're
There's
pro a
three
lot
of them, and we're not going to tell you the first two, but the third one is pro medical
No.
examination.
If you watched last week, you know one of them.
Yeah.
Medical examination is the top one though. Like we're very big into medical examination.
All right, so we figured out that leg is okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what Matt is thinking, what I believe all of us are thinking as players. Clearly the leg was planted on that body. I have to say it as a player to get it out of my system. It was planted on Harlem. But okay, I could be dead wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Okay. But Colt is intrigued. Does anyone want to make any assumptions based off of that clear distinction?
And y'all can do table talk too. Like you can be out of character and like
Yeah,
speculate
yeah.
or any of
So
that.
it is clear that the leg left the body well before all
Yeah.
the ribboning happened, right? I mean that's
Well,
seems
maybe
pretty-
not then, but it wasn't a part of the ribboning, and that's the important part.
the
It
ribboning
wasn't a
happened.
part of-
Yeah, like that's a
Yeah. It was clearly cut and severed, used as a tool to sway from the wolf people that Kurtz saw, probably, I'm assuming, who did the ribboning, or whoever actually did the ribboning was trying to create that distraction.
it's almost like they gave Harlan the leg just to be the escape wolf.
Exactly. But the thing is, and I've been thinking of this since last episode, I don't think he's entirely innocent. I think Harlan is obviously, if you hadn't already thought this, is obviously not drugged, but I mean he's under a spell of some kind.
He's afflicted, yeah.
Yeah, and he's not at all probably even intertwined with what's actually happening, but he's definitely a great scapegoat, obviously. So I mean that lines up. I mean with that leg. So
What do you think, Trevor?
Not a damn thing. I don't know. Keep talking.
What do you think, Keeper?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think Kurt's is thinking of something.
Oh, you apparently were in the downstairs when I came in the other night, and you heard me talk about what I saw in the woods. Is that correct?
Oh fuck. Oh no, I'm talking about as a player. I'm talking as Matt right now. I'm not talking as
I understand, but you have to
Okay,
understand.
Jesus.
I'm
Dr. Rick
insane.
Kurtz
It's too fucking insane. All right, fuck
is
that guy.
ascendant above player.
Dude, he's dead. He's dead.
Hudson's
He's
gone.
Deadpool. He can talk to the players. He
Yeah.
is
Dr. Rick
aware.
Kurtz is very familiar with the Zoom platform.
The Zoom platform.
Dr. Rick Kurtz went on to create Zoom.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm not certain all of that. I'm not certain all of that is accurate, but I feel like we're very close. So I do still want to talk to Miller to see if we can buy a little bit of time. Sorry, the Discord chat. All right, that's all I'll say. So I still think that's important, but obviously we gotta decipher this as characters as well. So
I think you're on the right track, Matt. Out of
Yes.
character.
out of character.
Yes. But whenever you're ready to talk to Dr. Rick Kurtz in character, just let me know and I'll talk to him, all right?
Okay. Well, actually, we can kick that off right now because he was asking everyone about. So is everyone good? Have we cleared our thoughts? Oh my gosh, you people!
If only
my
the
gosh.
chat could see the Discord.
You don't want to.
I'm glad I'm glad they can't.
It's a bunch of silly memes. All right. There's
It's
the
all.
corn
It's all.
kid.
It's just gifts.
Yeah, it's gifts. All right. So,
Our
I
pro
guess-
subscription allows you access to this.
No,
Discord.
it does not.
We'll add
It's
you
on
to a
Patreon
private
and you can-
Discord to it.
Onlyfans.com/Hubbard.
you do have to sign an NDA, and
We should do this in a public channel on the Spot Hidden thing.
no, we should.
We should, like, the campaign 5. We have a whole thing that no one's posted in. We should just put our gifts in there and talk.
Yeah.
People can do it with us.
But if we're all ready to return, all right. So, noticing where we left off, this clean cut to that from the body to the leg. Colt, well, is there anything any of you can pull from this? Kurtz, you're the most experienced out of all of us. It doesn't quite seem to match, does it?
No, it does not. There was something in the woods the other night that I was speaking to. I talked about it earlier, but I did not disclose the nature of this person. This was not a person per se, but more of a creature. That's why I was intending to go back into the woods earlier to find this and seek it out. But the creature said something to me that has stuck with me since last night, and it was that the girl will devour me. And that is why I was checking to see whether or not this child was still alive, but it seems to be deceased. But with that leg being not the same, it seems as though the child that we are looking for is perhaps still out there, and this one is a victim of the townspeople. This creature out in the woods seemed to be very it seemed to be in danger from the people, the townspeople.
But
it let me go. It let me go back to the town. It let me free. It didn't try to attack me. It talked to me. It told me to stay away from the townspeople and to stay away from the girl.
Did it mention any townspeople names, or just the town as a collective?
are we still not reeling from the fact that you talked to a creature?
Yes, I
I
know.
have so many questions that I'm having trouble deciding which ones to even ask.
Can you draw it?
Could you find this creature again?
Perhaps, but we might need to move at nightfall.
What did it look like?
This creature looked like the wolves described in myth and legends. It looked more werewolf-like than our friend Harlan looks.
Well, I mean, if you telling me there's real werewolves out there, I mean, they could have just left the damn leg for Harlan Dupree to find in his drunken state and done some shit. I mean, if anything, this shows Harlan didn't do jack crap to anything. He just found a leg.
Perhaps, yes, he found a leg, or perhaps he was framed with this leg. Perhaps he did not commit the murder that perhaps many other people did. This body looks like it was torn to shreds by at least 20 people.
Well, we still can't jump to any conclusions. The man is clearly under some sort of psychosis. He's lost his mind. He's in there huddled up like a dog eating out of bowls.
Perhaps he's been
exactly right of
drugged.
mind.
Perhaps he has rabies.
Perhaps.
Is there any foam in his mouth?
You didn't see any.
Okay, these creatures, did they describe the girl? Did they highlight who this girl was? Did they describe, well, glancing at the body?
They did not. This creature did not go in description. I was taken back as much as you all are right now. I asked my questions and it told me to leave, so I thought the best action was to leave.
Yes, of course, but okay, what girls do we know in town? If he's warning you, this werewolf is warning you of the girl devouring you, it's best we embrace the and parapsychology and accept that as normal. What other girls are in town? Everybody, think.
Clementine.
Esmeralda.
More lady than girl.
Elizabeth.
Which one's Elizabeth? That's
Miller. Jacob's
Oh
wife.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Mother of the deceased.
Keeper, I'm assuming there's like a school in town too. There's probably many children who live in the town, right?
Yeah, there's not many children, but yeah, there's probably like a small school somewhere for them to all study. Like, you know, like one of those like one room places.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Speaking of Clementine, what time is it?
what time are we got, Keeper?
At
You want Eastern or Central time?
So we left
Greenwich Mean, please.
Mountain Standard.
One time.
So when did we leave?
it's around lunchtime now.
Okay. All right. We're fine. We're gonna make a note that Colt will keep checking, just so he doesn't miss it.
And we can jump to that time at any point that you all see fit to.
Right.
If you want to.
Okay.
Fast travel.
Clementine and the wife, perhaps, maybe,
Esmeralda.
perhaps. A girl seems too specific. You wouldn't say girl when you mean a lady or a woman, especially for a creature.
So Clementine. Blood related to Harlan.
And she has been a little snoopy. Although I can't really blame her though, because her dad is in jail, so that could just be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Do you think Clementine has seen her father since he's been behind bars? I'm sure
Been behind bars? I don't think so.
Esmeralda has quite the quite frankly, is Clementine behind bars as well.
I wonder if we could get a reaction out of Harlan, wake him up, if you will, if he saw Clementine. But it seems like they were close based on how hard Clementine has been trying to ask questions and learn more about him.
She so desperately, when I spoke to her, wanted to learn more. She wanted to learn everything I knew. But yet Esmeralda keeps such a tight grip.
Do you
It
think
could just be him
Esmeralda
being
knows something
protective,
we
though.
don't? Or she knows something we don't? Trying to protect us. Or protect Clementine, or both.
I think she cares a lot more about protecting Clementine than she does about protecting us, if I'm being honest.
I don't disagree, but I also don't believe those two things are mutually exclusive. But I think we should talk to Esmeralda. Figure out what she's hiding, what she knows.
No. And we'll blow Clementine's cover. She wants to very, taking a risk to speak with us in town.
Oh, yeah, so it's not implying we do that before our meeting, but
Yeah.
more just, I think there's information there that we do not know, and gathering that information will be worthwhile.
We need to speak to Mr. Miller while we think about this.
We do.
As mentioned, it might not be best to just slaughter Mr. Dupree, as we have more reason now than ever to believe he might actually be innocent. Might.
I guess our question is, let's say this man is innocent. He's obviously not in a way to just rejoin society. If he is innocent, what do we do with him? Or what? I mean, it's not really our call, but
Well, if he's drugged or under an influence, then we
do you think we can rescue him?
rehab him back to health. I've seen it happen with war vets. No offense. I've seen it happen with those who suffer with trauma, those who are abused all their childhood.
From
They
this
can-
far gone, the man is eating out of a bowl.
Actually, perhaps we could study.
in a more gruesome way, perhaps. But I've had patients who clawed at walls until their fingernails came off of their own hands. Some would say that was far too gone. So, all we can do is try. And right now, we need to try to perhaps buy a little bit of time. So, any last looks? Any last remarks?
I'd like to get out of here as fast as possible, if I'm being honest with you.
Fantastic.
Okay, so if I'm hearing correctly, it sounds like 2 branches, and I'm not sure if everybody's going to both. So it sounds like visiting the Millers and then the Clementine meeting.
I believe
Well,
are. I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Hang on. Ooh, Colt just had a thought, and Matt did as well. You can't see it. The symbol.
The symbol.
I imagine we have that drawn somewhere, right? I would. I mean,
Oh, from the
from the
gemstone or
house,
whatever?
the house.
The symbol.
Can
Yes,
we
it's
make-
right here on the map, on our roll 20. Would you like me to describe it
Sure, and I'll take it away.
on the roll 20, or would you like to describe it? I didn't mean to interrupt. That is the symbol, correct? The
Go for it. Break up my voice. Say it. Describe it.
Yes, it's a circle with a pyramid inside, with a shaft pointing north, with a eye and an eye in the center, shaft with deer
He's a
antlers
bad
at
mother.
the head of the shaft, or helmet of the shaft.
All right.
Are we
so
looking at the same symbol?
Yes,
You're talking about the one
it
with the
He's
tree
looking
growing
at
through
the
it?
one we drew on the main page, and it is entirely inaccurate. there is
tree
a male organ, a masculine organ established right in the middle of that symbol there.
Canis.
Yeah. So okay, there is no. It is just a triangle with an eye, very similar to almost Illuminati-esque. There is a circle drawn, originating from the base of that triangle, going up and around, and then there are of course 2 antlers branching out from that. I know Kurtz scribbled that down. So
And remind the audience and me of where we found that.
we found that at Dupree's workshop in the back of his house, his backyard, among the terrifying, sanity draining statues all around. We then went to the workshop in the back. That was in a book, correct?
It was in a book, yeah, and then it was also inscribed on his newest headstones that he had made.
And Lou and I, speaking of the statues, Lou and I tore up the church, and we didn't really notice anything. We did a lot of spot hidden rolls, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
wasn't anything on the bottoms or anything of the statues he made for the church. That
Yeah.
They weren't hollow or
weird.
anything.
You would have noticed that symbol for sure, and it was not on any of those in the church. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that.
we did check if a couple of them were hollow, like moved them around and stuff. So yeah.
Okay,
Church, okay.
Going back in character, if no one else has anything, Kurtz, do you still have that symbol? Do you still have that symbol scribbled down in that notebook of yours?
Yes,
Paper or
I
something.
actually, I did not scribble it down. I actually just tore the page out and brought it with me.
Oh, even better. Can you join me back to the jail?
Yes.
If he's under something, people have tics every now and then. It might be a sound cue. It might be a visual interpretation of something. It might be worth getting a reaction if possible.
Okay. Let's go.
All right, going back to the jail keeper.
Yeah, it's down these stairs.
Back at the jail.
Okay.
Sort of
Oh, we've arrived. Thank you, Kurtz. Okay, we can go back up the stairs now. Okay. We're here. Sorry. Okay. Back in the jail.
Cool. So again, Dupree sort of prowls around his cell, sniffing the ground. Sort of licking himself, scratching himself. What do you do?
We'll gently approach, motioning for Kurtz to follow. We'll stick both hands out and hey, boy. How you doing? All right, and 2 hands towards Kurtz. We're gonna show you something.
Lou, do you have your bat?
I have my bat at the ready.
Okay.
I stand behind Lou.
Dupree, if you're in there, we're going to show you something you're probably not going to like. But to be honest with you, we have no idea. So bear with us. Kurtz, if you could.
Seeing that, he just starts like snapping. Oh, and thank you to Table Quest for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Whoa! Ray, whoa!
Hello, people.
Raid, welcome Table Quest.
Wow!
Hey, raid.
Wow!
We're playing
You
Call of
come-
Cthulhu. We're confronting a werewolf at this moment, so welcome in.
One of the previously
Supposed
deceased characters
werewolf.
is now named after you.
Welcome. It's good to see you.
Hello, hello, hello. So,
All right.
Harlan Dupree snaps at you as you're holding this symbol. It starts knocking over the bowl that's in it's almost called it a pin, its cell. The bowl crashes against the wall. Water splashes everywhere. He knocks what bits are of food that are left in his other bowl there. He's just running around, sort of jumping, hopping towards the wall, back on the ground, hopping towards the wall, onto his cot, knocking everything over, going wild.
Can I try to do the hit the cage and intimidate?
You can if you would like to, but he's not necessarily like trying to attack you all. It's almost as if
Is he
his
scared?
mind is just like
He's got the zoomies.
he's got the zoomies. Is a great way to
Okay.
describe that. He has the
So,
zoomies over
is
the
he-
symbol.
I'll wait.
Is he enticed? Confused?
Aroused.
It's almost as if there's
All
like
three.
no psychology roll required. It's almost as
Okay.
if there's like just a conflict, maybe some humanity deep down reacting to that and trying to find its way out, but at the end of the day, it doesn't quite surface as he eventually just tires himself out and still sort of glancing at the symbol every once in a while, backs himself back under his cot where his eyes just trained on it, looks.
Hmm.
And that's all the reaction you get out of him
Okay.
over this symbol.
And there's no words around the symbol, right?
No words, just
words.
the triangle, the circle, the eye in the middle, and then the branches that come off of the sides.
Harlan, can you hear me? I'm gonna push the symbol back in front.
Come on, Harlan. You can say something. You know that.
Harlan, have you seen this symbol before? Because it looks like you have.
He continues to bark and growl, but doesn't give you any sort of nods, yes or no. That is beyond his capabilities in his current mental state.
Is his bowl anywhere nearby where I could pour a little bit of the whiskey from my flask into?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna pour a little bit of my flask whiskey into it.
Good thing.
See what he does.
Not a little bit. Fill that sucker.
Yeah, just fuck it. Empty the flask into the bowl.
Harlan leaves from under the cot, sort of goes over to it, sniffing. He starts lapping.
I'll back up. Take a moment.
His breathing calms a little bit as he just starts again walking around, looking, sniffing the bars, looking at you all.
Mhm.
Even at this point, the symbol is not really doing much as he again just begins to roam and move about.
Mm.
Try it
Okay.
again.
We're just going round and round here.
Keeper, Dr. Rick Kurtz would like to look back at the page, and can you help me remember, because I don't have the page in front of me physically, is there any writing that I can make out, or was it just the symbol?
It was just a symbol because this came out of a page that he used as like a big style guide, to make sure that the lettering on his tombstones were right and consistent each time. So to make sure that this symbol, when he's inscribing it, is consistent each time, this is it. This is the guide. This is what he sort of looks at to make sure he gets it right.
I want to nudge Dr. Rick Kurtz and be like, mention his daughter. Say the name.
We've met so many daughters.
Clementine.
Thank you.
Nothing. If that's the most we get out of him with that,
You don't get anything
Damn.
from the mention of Clementine.
I didn't even say Clementine. He didn't give me a chance to say Clementine.
All right. All right. Listen.
Sorry.
If
I
I've
thought
ever-
I thought Colt was saying Clementine.
Do you want to say it more? You can say it more dramatically, Hudson. Go ahead. Go for it. I want to hear it.
Clementine.
Was that Snagglepuss?
Shh.
I don't-
Oh, here it comes.
Clementine.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. No.
Don't say that.
Oh, Clementine! Oh, it's me, a Snagglepuss!
Oh boy. All right.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
No, nothing.
Okay. Kurtz, what do you recall we found back in the workshop? Clearly that, if I've ever seen a tick, this was one.
Can't believe I forgot it. Here, and pulls out that bag of the jewelry that he found.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
open the
suppose-
jewelry up and kind of pour the contents out in my hand if I can.
Can anyone tell that this is who this jewelry might belong to? It sounds silly. Would you describe it as feminine or for a child or same thing?
Everybody.
Yeah, this is for everyone now. I know we've just lost
It's a
we're down a
mi-
man.
It's a mix of things.
Oh, it's for everyone. Okay, gotcha. Okay, go ahead, Kurtz. Let me pull from that.
Harlan. What about these items? These look good.
Comes over, sniffs, and goes back down to the ground.
Okay, nothing.
He doesn't give you any sort of human interaction.
Okay, all right. Okay. It almost feels like a return trip to house is necessary, but we found quite a bit. The way I see it, we have a few options in front of us. Mr. Miller is one to buy us some time. We can wait to meet Clementine. We can go to the church, or if need be, we can visit. We'll speak on that later.
Well, he responded to the alcohol, and he seems to like the alcohol. What if we brought him one of his statues?
There's also the grave, the person who tends the graveyard.
There is that.
You can go see Mr. Tobias, if I remember correctly.
But you see what I'm saying about the stat? I mean, it's like but his daughter's name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, Lou, we're not going to get a statue. I'm certainly not hauling.
What was
on
his
all the way
dead
in
wife's
for-
name?
Oh Jesus.
Keeper, we know that, right? No one knows dead wife's name.
I don't know if it was mentioned. Was it?
I believe it was. He kept. Well, actually,
I don't have it on my notes.
Maybe we could find out
because everyone
find
just
that
talking
out.
about after his wife died, he was all sad.
Y'all
Can I
never
locate
thought
the-
to ask his wife's name.
Can I
Maybe we
locate
could-
the deputy or?
Maybe we could ask maybe y'all could ask Clementine when you meet with her later about what her mama's name was.
It's not a bad idea, Lou.
Also, I need to get some more whiskey because I'm all out now.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey Chester, how's your nose?
A bit better, but still hurts.
I just want to like lightly tap Chester on the head and be like, I'm sorry about your nose, man.
Yes, it's quite frustrating.
Well, I've had my nose broken before. It's no fun.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
Colt, there's nothing else pressing, maybe we take this time to go visit Mr. Miller.
It seems to be the only thing left on the table
I believe so.
for now. Oh, it's so close. This is Matt talking.
Damn,
It's so
dude,
close.
Matt is working his ass off over there to kind of try to put this together.
It's there. It's there. Okay.
Y'all,
Alright,
this
cool.
is so fun to watch. This is so. Oh, I love this.
It's so close. Okay.
Y'all
Alright.
are great.
What will the three of you do while Colt and I go talk to Mr. Miller?
we're going to look for in the woods, right? Are we doing that?
Is that still the plan?
Good.
I think
We,
so,
we
yeah.
can.
Following Dr. Kurtz.
It can't be
Yes.
for too long now. We all do have to meet back in town, but
4 o'clock.
it's approximately maybe 1 o'clock now, just around.
The spot the body was found, we were told, was a 30-minute walk from here. So you have roughly an hour there.
And I'll give you this too. Apparently, the what are they called? The Millers, their farm is like towards the south. So it's kind of in that direction too. You could even sort of like maybe get some start there because that is
Where's
where
Harlan's house?
That's where she was when she was taken.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So yeah, I mean, you probably going the same way. Harlan's house, it is east of town. They visited it, or Chester, Rick, and Colt visited it the other day.
Okay, we all go to Mr. Miller's. We politely ask if we might do exactly what we're here to do, which is prove him right, everyone? For now. If that's what he's seeking. We'll talk to him and we'll find out what we need.
Are we all talking to Mr. Miller?
No, that's not necessary. I believe you were right, James, keeping it lowbrow.
Just don't want to overwhelm the man. He's been through so much.
Well, he's about to be in even more if he doesn't dial it back. All right. Off to it then.
Onwards.
The Miller Pumpkin Farm is south of Coldwater Falls. Coldwater Falls proper. Still within the city limits there, but not really in town. It's like a quarter mile from the old cemetery as well. There are these dense woods that encroach from the south and west. As you kind of come into this area, you have another sort of claustrophobic feeling of discomfort as you approach. You see this short, dark-haired woman who approaches you. She introduces herself as Hannah Miller, Bethany's mother. She recognizes you all from the mob confrontation earlier. And she says, "Hello. Again, I saw you all earlier, and if there's anything that I can do to help your investigation, I would do anything to do that."
Hi, Mrs.
Keeper, to clarify, what was the Jacob's wife name? Mother Bethany? Hannah.
Hannah Miller.
Hannah,
is
yeah,
the
Hannah
mother,
Miller.
yeah.
I have
Bethany is the mother.
I have Elizabeth written down. Was that potentially Harlan's wife's name? Or did I just write down Elizabeth for no reason?
That might have been right. Wait, Hannah. No, Hannah, Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Who is Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Swan.
It's one of
Ah,
the chickens.
I might have
Elizabeth.
mixed something up.
I think we found Harlan's wife's name. Chat.
Elizabeth is I might have mixed my notes up here. Elizabeth was Harlan's wife's name.
Okay, cool. So we did learn
He
her name.
wrote that
I
shit
just
down. He wrote it
He
down.
did.
I did write it down. I just wrote it down in the wrong place. It was not
5
helpful when we
points to
needed it.
Gryffindor.
Hey.
I'm in Slytherin, so I don't.
Bryce, don't forget your mute, buddy.
Hufflepuff in
As
the
Esmeralda's
I was mute.
sister.
I was muted.
Hufflepuff squad.
All right, so
Okay.
we have Jacob and Hannah Miller, parent
Hufflepuff?
of
We
Bethany,
talking
who was the
Hufflepuff?
girl, and then
Talking
we
Hufflepuff?
have Elizabeth, sister of Esmeralda, who had Clementine with Harlan.
Yes.
Sweet,
Yep.
sweet.
Okay. All right.
Can J.K. Rowling be the villain of this?
Yeah, man. Okay, here we go. Mrs. Miller, on behalf of all of us here, we do, of course, give our condolences for whatever that may mean to you. But I have to say, this is a bit of an adverse reaction than I would say any of us expected. Mr. Miller was rather upset with us.
Yes. He was. He's going through a lot right now. She was only 8. He actually left. He's not here at the moment.
We wanted to ask for.
I'm very worried about him too. But
No.
never mind. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No. If you don't mind me asking, then I don't mean to pry. Where was he off to?
He didn't say. He just left.
Did he take anything with him?
I don't know.
Did you see him leave?
No, it was very sudden. I heard the door close and
How
Looked
has his
around.
mood been since he got home? Angry, sad, high energy, low energy?
this whole event has turned him inside out, completely angry.
So the
Broken.
reason we ask Mrs. Miller is because we don't. It's part of the reason we came here. We don't want him hurting anyone. Just give us time because we don't believe he's wrong at all. We're not saying he's right either. We're a third party. We're not involved. And yes, we completely acknowledge how devastating and heavy and how unnecessary Bethany's death is, but we can't ask for more Sorry, is it too serious?
No.
Okay. I just realized okay, all right. We can't ask for more travesty to come to your small town if we're not 100% right about what we're thinking.
Right. If you can please look around. Please, you can go inside. You can look around the farm. Anything you need to do, please.
Of course, with the utmost sensitivity. In the meantime, the last thing we want is Mr. Miller to do something he might regret later. So, and looking to all of you, do any of you reckon we might look for Mr. Miller?
It could be anywhere.
I can think of 4 different places you could be. Unless we all want to split up and go alone, which seems high risk.
I can
Um,
drive around.
We do have a driver.
I think our best bet is in the woods. Perhaps the friend I met last night could shed some light on this matter.
Okay, then we split up. However many go into the woods to find your friend, and the rest of us stay here. We look for whatever we can find.
I have an idea.
Okay.
James and I take the car and look around, while Colt, Lou, and Dr. Kurtz go into the woods.
I feel like having Colt here to deal with. Well, in case we do run into Mr. Miller, I'm trying to think of where his social skills would be best of use. Whether we run into Mr. Miller in the woods and have Colt be there versus totally staying in town and going
we have
and talking to the townsfolk.
We have a very good puzzle being put together here, and I know there's at least 1 to 2 pieces where we're currently at. So I'm it doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be Colt, but if we can at least have 1 or 2 people here looking, that's
like
gonna be
stay
ideal.
here at the house.
Oh yeah, I mean in the house, the barn, wherever she might have been taken. Yeah.
Maybe you could stay here though and deal with the widow, or not the
Okay.
widow, but the grieving mother,
Yeah.
has a husband still.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. All right. Colt staying put on the farm.
Yeah, then Chester and I can
then-
go low right around town.
And that leaves Dr. Kurtz and Lou venture off into the woods.
For camping trip.
Camping trip.
Sure.
Is that okay with you, Lou?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, man.
You're awfully quiet today, Lou. Is everything
100%.
okay?
No, we could hear him. Yeah. No.
I love how Lou drones on. Ah,
Classic
Oh,
Lou.
the
Oh, man.
classic Lou. Just
Man,
throwing
it's
it
you,
on.
it's not.
That's
not
what
nice
we're
to make
saying,
fun of
Lou.
a man whose tongue's been ripped out because of torture.
That's- Please, we don't tell us any more about it.
Lou in this bit. Lou killed the bit. Price.
Yes, you're right about that. Funny joke, Price. Oh man, Killer.
Bryce, you're muted.
he knows. He's trying to figure it out.
Oh.
So my Zoom wasn't muted, but my microphone.
Yeah,
was.
that's what it was. Yep.
The classic switcheroo.
Hey man, you know how many times we got in London with that?
I'm so upset.
He almost
So
killed
mad.
off. He almost killed off me and Honey one time, and we got him so good with it.
Or remember
All right.
that time I kicked over my chair?
Oh yeah.
I got pissed.
So bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, anyway, yeah, Doc, that'll be good. You guys can hear me now, right?
We can. We can.
Okay.
Funny joke, Price.
Lou, just bring your bat just in case.
I always have my bat.
Good. Well, then we should go ahead and get a start.
Okay.
Cool. We have 2 heading off into the woods. We have 2 sort of navigating around town to see what they can find. And Colt, you're staying on the farm, right? You're going in to see if you could locate
Hey.
Going in is right.
Mr. Miller.
How you doing, Hannah? No, okay.
Ah!
Good night. Goodbye.
Good night,
Good night, Mom.
Stay
Pro
spoopy.
Mystery.